Yes, we're going to talk about the fish of the year.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We don't have.
We don't have any music for fish of the year.
Well,
Hang on a minute.
Well,
you
would
you
Fish, the band Fish.
well, some kind of Hollywood music or something or some
Oh,
sort
well,
of.
here we go. I'll just
Here
do
we go.
this.
Here,
Oh,
how about this? How about this? How about this?
Time now for the fish of the year.
the blobfish. So that was kind of appropriate.
Boy, those are weird.
Has been crowned New Zealand's Fish of the Year.
New Zealand.
The country's Mountains to Sea Conservation Trust announced that this year's competition came to a dramatic close, with the blobfish emerging victorious over the orange Roughy by nearly 300 votes.
Okay.
Hey, that's right. I'm the orange Roughy. Yeah.
I'm the blobfish and I won.
Who do you think you are there, Blobby?
I got the whole list.
The blobfish, often referred to as the world's ugliest animal for
Yeah.
its unfortunate frown and decidedly squishy disposition,
You hear that? You're
Is being-
ugly.
is being highlighted to raise awareness for conservation efforts.
My wife doesn't seem to think so.
No, she thinks so. She just don't care.
Well,
And that's right. I'm the orange Roughy.
you're the orange ruffian.
I'm an orange Roughy. What about it, Pat? You want to try the orange Roughy?
It's a little scary to me, orange
Damn
Roughy.
right, you should be scary.
I'm a rainbow trout.
I always knew it.
Well. Aren't you something?
I saw you out with a blowfish.
Tom's the crappy.
Oh, we have a guest.
Hey, there we go. The second Tom has entered the room. Let's meet comedian Tom Green. He's getting all set up over there. Hey, Tom, how are you?
What's going on? How are you?
Tom, great seeing you.
Good. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
I've seen chunks of the documentary, and you look like you're so content on your farm,
Oh, thank you.
riding around. You got all those animals there.
So jealous.
Yeah, I've got a mule. I ride a mule now, which is a lot of fun, actually. I never really knew much about mules or horses or anything growing up, but in the last couple of years, I've been riding around a mule in the wilderness of Canada every day.
It's great. You've got is it your own farm?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I left Los Angeles since I was last here. I've lived there for 20 years in LA, but I moved back to Canada where kind of near where I'm from and got a farm. Yeah, so.
And you've learned how to do all this stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not farming crops. I farm hay. We cut hay, so we do hay bales every August, and but mostly the animals is really what's taken up most of my attention. Looking after them, and chickens and guinea hens, which are interesting birds. They eat a lot of bugs, and it's pretty neat. I get a lot of eggs. With the price of eggs,
Yeah.
it's a good time to be farming chickens.
Now, are you bringing eggs to all your friends? I know
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you get so many. It's amazing how many eggs you get with 6 chickens and 8 guinea hens. I walk in there. If I don't go in the coop for a couple of days, there'll be like 50 eggs in there. It's amazing.
You have coyotes trying to eat?
Lots of coyotes. The coyotes got my chickens at one point.
Oh, man.
I'm not a good farmer. No.
Are your neighbors helping you? Are they glad to have you around, helping you out, or do they think you're some city boy that?
No, they're great. Yeah, I've got great, amazing neighbors. Actually, local farmers. Some of them have been there for generations, and you know, they some of them are on my new show. So I shot a show for Prime Video. So I've made some really good friends, and they're all really helpful and excited to have us there and filming stuff. It's
Fantastic.
Tom Green is also a very fine stand-up comedian. In fact, last time you came through, I've seen your show twice. I did not see you were doing it last night. I could not get down there, but
yeah, we had 2 great shows. We did a matinee yesterday. I've never done a matinee in 20 years. It was hilarious. We did a show at 4:30, so I enjoyed it, actually. I don't know if that's a sign of age, but I think I'm going to start. I call my agent. Let's do all the shows at 4:30.
Yes.
well, as your audience ages,
That's a great start time.
Yeah,
It was nice. But then we had 4:30 and 7:30 last night. We had 2 amazing shows.
Are you getting up super early in the on the farm now, or?
I do when I'm at home on the farm. It's a kind of a weird shift in wake up time when you go on the road doing stand up, because I've been on the road for the last 2 months now, actually. But when I'm home, I get up super early. I like to get up with the morning light and get out there and get out to the barn.
So obviously someone's taking care of the animals.
Yeah. I have a farmhand who's looking after it. My parents actually stay at my house when I leave too, which is nice. They live just down the road.
I hope to God that they paint the barn while you're gone.
You know, good idea.
That's one of your famous skits, whatever you want to call it. Stunts.
Yeah. I painted their house plaid when I was a kid and put it on TV.
God, that was funny.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because if you watch the show on Prime, they may have done something like that. In episode 4. Don't skip ahead to episode 4, but they may have done something like that. I don't want to spoiler alert, but
hanging out with us is
That's right, Charlie the puppy dog.
Yeah.
we have Tom Green's dog.
yes, absolutely. Charlie's star of the show. She comes on stage with me during my stand-up show as well, and we have a chair up there, and she just sits up on stage with me. She's gotten really good at it.
Oh, she's a lady, Charlie.
She's a good girl.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of new, kind of now. Charlie.
Do you get that reference?
It's a perfume, Charlie. The
Way
perfume.
back in the 70s, 80s.
Okay.
Mid-70s.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Bobby Short was singing Charlie.
Yes. Sitting behind the piano.
Yeah. Charlie.
I was born in 71, so maybe subconsciously I maybe remember.
Maybe your mom
Your
wears
mom might have worn it.
Yeah, I do sort of remember that. Yeah.
And by the way, what's your mom doing, huh?
Hey, wait a minute.
You tell her I said chick. Chick said hi.
Easy.
I remember Charlie based on flowers from Algernon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had to watch that. We had to read it and then watch it.
R-L-Y. Yeah.
Well, Charlie's actually named after the John Steinbeck book Travels with Charlie.
Oh, yes.
Because I got
The poodle.
Her, yeah, exactly. Because I got her when the pandemic happened. I was kind of looking for something to do because the touring got canceled and everything. And I got a van. I got a camper van, which I'm driving in right now on this tour. And I got Charlie at the same time. My dad said, like Travels with Charlie. You're going to drive around with a dog and a camper. I said, what's Travels with Charlie? He said, it's a book by Steinbeck. I said, I don't read. He said, yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling you about.
So if it didn't move you to actually go read the book?
Yeah, no, I did read the book. I read the book. It's a great book. And actually kind of used it as inspiration, not just for Charlie's name, but for a lot of video that I was shooting at the time on my YouTube channel. So I would go around and I basically went all over the Southwest and made videos about America. He wrote a book about America, but I did videos about America and went out into the desert of the Southwest a lot. And that's what I've been doing in this trip too, going out into New Mexico and Arizona and found all sorts of really amazing Native American ruins out in places like Chaco Canyon, which is really incredible. There's huge archaeological sites out there that I had no idea were there until that trip, and now I'm kind of quite fascinated by it all. So
Cool.
Tom Green, the documentary right now is on Prime Video. Am I getting this right?
Absolutely, yeah. Amazon Prime Video, yeah.
And it's called, is it like the Tom Green documentary?
It's called This Is the Tom Green Documentary. It's kind of based off my old theme song, This Is the Tom Green Show, right off on MTV, so we called it This Is the Tom Green Documentary. And which was it was a theme song to my TV show on MTV. Of
course.
And you're back living a real life. You're now living on a farm in Canada.
Yeah.
When you're not touring.
It's funny because like people sometimes say, it must be a big adjustment leaving Los Angeles to go back to a country in Canada. But, I never really quite got used to living in Los Angeles, even though I was there for 20 years. I grew up in Canada and I always liked being outdoors and nature, and I lived right in the middle of Hollywood in LA. So it's a big relief being home. I've settled in real nicely there, and I love it.
Hi, this is the Bob and Tom Show. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Our guest is comedian Tom Green has joined us. Mr. Green has been very active in the world of television and music and comedy for a long time in lots of different ways. Of course, many different shows, lots of videos. Kind of, in a way, I think you could say the Jackass guys owe you a fee. But a lot of stunt stuff. Very early on, when you were really young, you started doing it.
Yeah, it's kind of what the documentary is about on Prime. It's sort of takes you through the journey of it all because it was early on. It was before YouTube, right? It was obviously before that and before social media. But even really before reality TV. It was when video cameras were kind of just becoming accessible to, regular people who could get their hands on a video camera. And so we sort of started filming a show with a video camera with no rules and no real professional guidance, and just went out and did it for a public access TV show in Canada that we sort of weaseled our way into the public access station. But it eventually became a hit in Canada, and MTV heard about it, and that's what happened. So it's kind of it was an interesting time, because when we were making the show in those early days, I'd do all the pranks on my parents, like you mentioned, Tom, and it was like, nobody knew what they were looking at. They'd say, "Are those your real parents?" They didn't understand that there was real people on TV. I mean, it was really just a completely different world. So it kind of was something that was very exciting at that time, when people saw the show and were sort of...
On kind of a serious note, I don't want to dwell on it, but you also did some really important work in the realm talking about your own personal issues with testicular cancer, and bravo to you for talking about it.
Yeah.
And I know that we've had a couple of folks that have come in here with various issues like that, and when they do that, we will get letters like, "Oh yeah, so and so came in, was talking about this, and I made my husband check himself, and it turned out he had it, and he was able to get it fixed, and and now he's fine." But it's one of those things where you got to know about it. So getting some real information out there besides the silliness, very important, and bravo to you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing when you talk about illness and when you talk about your experiences, how it does actually affect people. Because I have people come to my shows, like you said, and they saw the cancer special. It's on YouTube. But we filmed my whole sort of battle with cancer. It was sort of kind of a sudden thing that happened. The show on MTV stopped because I had cancer. That's why I stopped doing the Tom Green Show. And we decided to film one last episode of me going through that. But I've had people come up to me at my shows on this tour. Usually guys in their 40s, just kind of very emotional sort of things, where they come with their wife and they want to meet me, and then they're very, very sort of, they've wanted to meet me for a while because they went to the doctor because of the show. So I feel like MTV should air it again, but because
and better than some of the other stunts you've done.
Yeah, yeah, well, absolutely.
Like lying face down on a busy street.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah. Don't do that.
No. Well, yeah. We also got a few people killed. No, I'm just joking.
The documentary talks about how Tom now lives on a farm with his mule.
Yeah, absolutely. She's actually the largest rideable mule in Canada.
No kidding.
Okay, yeah, so it's she's extremely tall. She's 16.3 hands, okay, which is a way you measure a horse or a mule. So she's taller than a horse, most horses. She's because a mule's half horse, half donkey. So her mother was a Percheron horse, and her father was a mammoth donkey. And mules are really cool, actually. They're extremely intelligent animals. They're not. People say they're stubborn, but they're actually very smart, and they get mistaken for being stubborn because they're really always calculating whether it's safe for them to obey these commands they're being given by their rider. So she studies you, figures you out, and she's figured out that I have no idea what I'm doing. And then sometimes is a little skeptical about whether she wants to ride off into the woods and stuff. But as I've gotten to know her better and gained her trust, and I've gotten better at it, she's now turning left again. We used to just go out for a spin.
What's her name?
Fanny.
Fanny.
Yeah. What was the day we thought it would be funny to bring
Mammoth Jack in here.
It was a Mammoth Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes. I love those.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
I've seen those.
So
Giant.
we thought it would be funny to bring one in the building.
We did
And
that.
we walked him around, and we were just concerned about number two.
We didn't
actually,
think it through.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
So we took a picture in the boss's office with this, and this thing was huge.
Yeah.
Like,
And
there's
then-
a jackass in the general manager's
We
office.
thought, and we're thinking, if this thing poops, we're in trouble. And then we took it outside, and the second we got outside, the fire hose began.
Oh, nice. Potty trained. That's
Yeah,
good.
evidently.
But
yeah.
we realized if that had happened, it would have been all new carpeting.
It would have flooded the building. Yeah, it was amazing.
But yeah, beautiful animal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so
Huge,
that's like a donkey. That's a giant donkey. Yeah, which is cool. So that's basically what Fanny's father was a donkey.
And
So,
again, you can observe all this stuff with the documentary. The exact title is
the documentary is called "This Is the Tom Green Documentary," and the show is called Tom Green Country. And on the show, you actually see Fanny arrive the first day she arrives.
Oh, and it's all on Prime Video.
On Prime Video. Yeah.
Here's something interesting.
All right.
This comes to us from Tex.
Isn't that the name of your penis? Isn't that right?
Did you once call your penis Tex?
Yes, you told us.
I did
That's
not.
what he told us.
That's what you told us.
what
I
he
did not
said.
name it.
Oh, did
Oh, somebody named it
else.
Tex?
Yes.
Really?
Did Joanne name it?
Far too modest. No.
It sounds like Joanne named it, and I know her last name. I'm editing. Or is she dead? Is she dead?
Wow.
I'm just asking. Can
I too would like to know if she's dead.
She is not.
Oh,
And she has never
Still with us?
she has never encountered Tex in any form.
All right.
Who named your penis
I don't even know who
Tex?
this person is.
College girlfriend?
No, she was
She
a
lived in-
neighbor.
A
She
gentleman
lived
would
across
never
the
discuss
street.
such matters.
She lived across the street, got
Yeah.
an over the waistband.
Okay,
handy.
yeah.
Yeah.
This comes to us from Tex.
Are we
Tex,
gonna
I
stay
apologize.
here and give candy away? Or you could,
All
you know,
right. Could you shut up?
diddle my hang down.
Tom has 3 teams still in.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
In the office pool, I still have
good?
3.
What do we
Yeah,
got?
they're all like 1 seeds.
And
Auburn, Maryland, and Tennessee.
the South Regional's in Atlanta, the East Regional's in Newark, New Jersey, the West Regional is in San Francisco, and the Midwest Regional's in Indianapolis.
It makes sense. Tom has 3 teams. We've always known he has strong seeds.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good. Thank you, Josh.
Potent.
That Tex can deliver.
That was a joke from Josh.
Was that from a gal back in college?
Would you stop with this?
I want to know.
He's
has
not
yours-
going to tell you.
No, he's not going
I don't think mine's ever been nicknamed.
Really?
Yeah, any other guys have a...
I can't remember. In all seriousness,
talking
I don't
wieners
think
here.
I don't
Yeah?
think mine's ever.
Would you like us to give it one? We could have a little competition. Would we have to see it?
I've got one.
don't say little competition.
How about this? The Cranker. How about that?
Here comes the cranker.
Here's the Cranker.
Pat?
No?
Back in college, a gal had a name. Tommy's male sex. She said it stretched from Houston to El Paso, and she called his penis Tex. As big as Texas, said one of his exes. She called his penis Tex. Isn't that beautiful?
That is gorgeous.
Show me to you. I just whipped that up. I didn't whip it out. I just whipped it up. For you.
Now, let me ask the ladies. Have you ever encountered a gentleman that either provided it with a nickname or you felt compelled to give it a little nickname or a big nickname? This can be a yes or no. You don't have to do a follow-through.
We all know that this is a yes for me, and I don't really want to go back to that.
There was a guy in college that kind of got around our house, slept with a couple of my roommates, and the girl said that it looked so dignified that they named it Fitzgerald.
Dignified.
It was dignified. It looked. They said it was like it looked mature and dignified. Like it wasn't just a penis. It was like. It was like it had an entity.
Did it have like gray around the temples?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I was like, was it
Did it wear a monocle?
Oxford? Yeah, like I was like, I don't know.
Did it wear
Distinguished.
tortoiseshell glasses
Yeah.
and a little tweed elbow patch
Yeah.
halfway up?
Why isn't there more of that?
Pretty funny.
Why don't
What do you mean?
Guys dress up their penis like that with a little, like Barbie doll or Ken?
What?
Yeah.
Because typically that is
Put
not
a little, Ken clothes on it,
You
like
can
toy.
start. You
like
can
a
start your own
cardigan.
company.
Like,
is-
like
this
a
is-
nice cardigan. Or,
this is
Stick
no
dresses.
take pictures of it.
This is no time for levity.
And the best part would be that you don't really know it's a penis dressed up until you get really close.
Yeah, you have to really look.
You got to really look. Oh my God, that's a penis under that hat. You know, stuff like that.
Who was that masked man? It was a penis.
Don't
I'm
you think
dressing mine up like...
Don't you think it'd be fun? Yeah. Let's dress them up later and send pictures to each other.
All right.
All right.
I want to see one in a top hat.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Where are you going to get a little baby top hat?
I bet Ken comes with a little baby. I know.
Yeah,
I
that's the
come with
thing.
a
We're
little-
going to have to buy Ken clothing.
Size
and stuff.
clothes, yeah.
Or G.I. Joe could put a little army helmet
I
on.
imagine this has been done. I imagine that there.
You think?
Oh, by
sure.
somebody, sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a calendar out there.
You know, like they do have a calendar where
Wasn't-
the cats dress up as famous movie
Isn't
scenes
that show-
or dogs. Or
Isn't that show still in Vegas? Where the two guys.
Puppetry of the penis?
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Yeah, the penis players.
Do
That's what
they-
I want to
But
see.
I don't think they dressed them up.
no, they just
Oh.
stretched them out.
Yeah.
Or
Oh no, I'm gonna need to I want like a red curtain, and I want to see those things.
Well, they have
like,
kits
follow
for
each other.
finger puppets.
Yeah.
well, that's
Like,
true.
oh, I'm Abe Lincoln.
Well, I would hope you'd. I would hope you'd
need something more than that.
Need the one for the thumb at least.
Oh, here you go.
Well, look at that.
See, this is like the
Chick
Hemingway.
has a Hemingway finger puppet, and there's a sweater on it. You could maybe remove the sweater and just,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, or keep the sweater.
just crank it down around your wire there.
Just